You know, in my career at the Met, which has now spanned almost 20 years, one of the most exciting creative partnerships has been with 59. They have worked on many productions at the Met and contributed enormously to the creative process. And in the case of Kavalier and Clay, to create one of the most impressive productions in the history of the Met.
Kavalier and Clay exists in three worlds. So there's the world of Prague in 1939, and that's a very kind of monochromatic, quite grainy, black and white world. And then we have the world of New York, which is bright, it's saturated, it's that kind of neon colour, it's a world that's full of possibility, it's sort of brimming with excitement. And then we have the comic book world, which is very graphical and is inspired by the kind of printing processes from early comics. And we knew that those worlds needed to kind of exist on top of each other and that we had to move between them very quickly and seamlessly. So I think the piece called for an approach which was very agile and moved very quickly. And because we were doing set design, projection design and lighting, we were able to look at all the elements of the stagecraft together.
In the first act, those worlds are very distinct. So we tried to use almost a kind of split screen look on stage. In the second act, these worlds have begun to collide. And the way we achieved that was by moving from a kind of sliding screen world into a revolving world. We knew that the answer to so much of that rapid cinematic scene changing would be in video, and it was through our deep knowledge of how we might do that that we could design the surfaces exactly as we needed them.
One of the amazing opportunities for animation in this opera is to do a lot of storytelling. A great example of that is the Escapist interlude, the sequence where we see Sam and Joe come up with the idea for the Escapist. And that's hugely musically driven, how we've designed and edited to that. The music has so much scale and scope, it's epic and cinematic and rhythmic, and it really is a gift for a motion designer to create to.
I think increasingly audiences coming to the Opera House are expecting similar sorts of production values to what they're used to seeing on Broadway. And I think as the opera tries to bring in new audiences, it's increasingly important to give them a rich, visual, dynamic, exciting experience. The pace of the storytelling is changing. I think the kinds of stories that people are telling is changing. And as that evolves, I think there's a necessity for the design approach to keep up with that. And I think that's really exciting because I think it means that opera is really alive.
It was an absolute joy to see just such a wide range of people in the audience enjoying this piece.
For opera to have a future, we must present new work. And with Kavalier and Clay, thanks to the wonderful creative team, it has brought new audiences into the theater. And not every new opera we create will have a lasting place in the repertoire, but I think this one will.